We were just talking about, so you bring them in, let them dry out all summer long,
Yep.
and then they're good to go. And I know that a lot of my customers here at the Southern Bulb Company, where we focus on heirlooms and bulbs that have been around for 50, 75, 100 years in the South, they have that question because when they look out on their old home sites, their grandmother's old home site, or they drive around the old city plots that are from the late 1800s, early 1900s, they still see hundreds of varieties of these very Victorian selections of Paperwhites that we don't have names for anymore. That sometimes they bloom, sometimes they don't. But probably the trick to get those to bloom and bloom better would be to dig them up and give them a good summer dormancy.
Yeah, it's pretty essential for that group. The Tazetta group, which are the Mediterranean narcissus, they need that sleep.
Yeah.
They need a rest.
Yeah.
And so flowering is very unpredictable if they're kept green and if you have summer rain fall on them.
Okay, and so sometimes you think we could do the same thing with our Chinese sacred lily, get them to force as well.
For sure, I think if you have to find a way to let them go dormant. Mm-hmm. So if they're in your actual yard, maybe you think even about covering them up in some way just to protect them from the rain.
Yeah.
For a few months until they go dormant.
Yeah.
If they're in pots, which is a good way, then just bring them out of the, under cover or under shelter. Mm-hmm. Put them under a sort of overhang or somewhere where they can dry out.
Yeah.
That's usually the way. The other thing is sometimes as bulbs get bigger, their flowering performance improves, and then it goes down again. Mm-hmm. And as they become a big clump of bulbs, each individual part of it is not big enough to produce a flower, so they just give a lot of vegetation. And no flowers.
Right.
So the answer, you've got to then split the clump.
Right.
Split them up and put them all in separate them into separate bulbs, and then replant them again. So they need dividing. The other thing is, if they're in one location for a long time, they've run out of steam.
Yeah, right.
They've taken every bit of nutrition out of that soil.
Little area.
There's nothing left within, talking American, feet. Several feet of the clump because they've sucked all the nutrition out.
Uh-huh.
So the best is to divide them, split them up, refertilize the soil well, and replant them.
Right.
And they'll come back into bloom.
Okay.
You've got a beautiful climate for narcissus, especially the Tazettas. So, no reason why you shouldn't use them.
Yeah. Well, hey, Hugh, thanks for visiting us here at the Southern Bulb Company. Yeah.
Nice to be of help.
Safe travels back to England.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Bye.
All right.